Hi kids, it is iced tea day. Drink up. Got me some McDonald's sweet tea right here. Refreshing. We are once again in the kitchen to go over different ways and different kinds of tea you can make for summer reading program. Now, you may need help from your parent or guardian if you decide to make tea on the stove. I have a little pot I'm gonna make it in. If you have a tea kettle, even better. Just whatever works. There are different methods that I will show you, and some I will talk about and explain. So let's get to making us some tasty tea to drink. Now, you can buy tea already made. Got some of this tea. We have this tea. And we even have this tea. So we have 3 different jugs of sweet tea already here. And you can go to the store and buy sweet tea yourself as well. And they each have their own distinct flavors, you know, because they're each made a little differently. Each tastes a slight difference. So if you want to, you can go out and just buy the tea. But what we are going to do is make the tea. So I have iced tea bags, but then I also have a sampler where I will discuss other kinds of tea. So first, let's get this opened up. And when you buy tea, some of it will already have instructions on the box. Oh, it smells so good. It smells like tea. Throw this away, because we don't make a mess, do we, kids? No, we do not. So, this one says 4 cups for 1 tea bag. 1 quart of water, 1 tea bag. 1 quart of water is 4 cups. So, I won't be making a lot of tea, because I'm just making it for myself. So 1 bag will be enough. Let me get out my handy dandy liquid measuring cup. Open up my tea bags. Tea comes in little bags like this. So what you do is when it gets in really hot water, you put the tea bag in it, and the bag will let the water seep through and get all the flavor and taste from the tea inside. So let's get some refreshing water from the fridge. Got me a bottle of water. I'm going to measure up 4 cups. Might need to get some more water. This is 2 cups. Let's see how much is left. 1/4 of a cup. So I need more water. How much more water do I need? Can you do the math to find out? I have poured 2 cups into the pot, and I have 1/4 in here, and I needed 4. If your answer was 1 3/4 cup, you are correct. 1 3/4 plus 1/4 makes 2. And I've already got 2 in there. And 2 plus 2 equals 4, which is how many cups I need for 1 tea bag. Putting it in the pot. And now, using the oven, the stove, gonna turn it on so it will be hot, so I have to be careful. So, I've got it on. This has to sit and boil. And you know what they say, a watched pot doesn't boil, so I can't look at it. Just kidding. I do need to watch it to make sure it doesn't overheat, doesn't boil over. But I have to wait. Gotta be patient. I can't go ahead and put the tea bag in there. It's not gonna work out like that. Now, what you can do, which is something I've done in the past, is, you know, once I've used my water bottles and I make the tea, I pour the tea back into my water bottles. That's my no waste, and I can just drink it straight from the water bottles once it's nice and cooled. But if you would just rather have it in a cup, that is okay. I've got got an array of coffee mugs to put my tea in. I even got some Christmas ones. Because when you make hot tea, you need to put it in something that can handle hot tea. If you put it in like a plastic cup or something, it might melt or affect it or warp it in some way. But these thick glass can handle the heat and keep it warm. So, while you can make stuff on the stove, you can also use the handy dandy microwave. Why? Because it also heats up stuff. So, I think this way I'm going to make a different kind of tea. I bought this herbal tea sampler from Walmart. And it has chamomile, sorry, I'm bad at pronouncing that, lemon zinger, peppermint, honey vanilla, chamomile, and sleepy time. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. So this has all kinds of different tea bags. I'll show you to them. Open it up. So, and then the tea bags are in each different flavor packs. Now, tea is very helpful. It helps if you have a sore throat, if you're sick. It helps, clear your sinuses and stuff with the steam and the hotness. Which one should I make? You know how I'm gonna decide? I'm gonna throw them up, mix them up, and catch one. Ready? Lemon. I'm gonna pick up these and set them to the side, and we are going to make lemon tea. Get me out a little bag. And see, these don't have the string on them, but they're the same type of tea bags. Okay. Gotta go get me some more water. Let me see, what cup am I going to use? I am going to use this little Christmas cup. It's got Santa and, the elves and the reindeer and all the gifts. So, I'm going to pour some water into the cup. Don't fill it too high. And then I'm going to stick it in the microwave for a couple of minutes because you need hot water. We're going to say 1 minute just to start off. The reason you need hot water is because of science. You use science in the kitchen all the time. So hot water will make things more soluble. Like if you mix lemonade or mix Kool-Aid before, if you put it in cold water and shake it up, you still might end up with some of the powder particles at the bottom. But hot water will dissolve that much quicker, much faster, and much more efficiently. So if you use hot water and mix stuff in it, then it can transfer and dissolve quicker. So we need hot water. It's not boiling yet. Turn it a little up. Oh, wait and count down the time. So, multiple ways to make sweet tea. Got my lemon tea in my iced tea packets. I'm gonna clean up my area some. Now, oh, it's coming. This is where you have to be careful because it's hot. I'm not just gonna grab it. I'm gonna move it around by the handle. And then I need to see how hot it is. Gently touch it. Then it needs to be a little bit warmer. So I'm gonna put it in for another minute. Now, making tea with all the fixins. Now, tea by itself is not sweet tea, it's iced tea. Now down in the South, like Kentucky and down south, they have sweet tea where they make it hot and they add the sugar because the sugar dissolves faster and better, like we said before. So the sugar dissolves, and when it's hot, and then they cool it down, add ice, you have your nice, cold, sweet tea. Sweet tea. But up north, they don't put sugar in it in some places. They just have iced tea. So they just make the tea, make it cold, add the ice and stuff, and give it to you with no sugar. You just get the straight up tea, like unsweet tea. And so, kind of sucks because then you have to, if you want sweet tea, you add the sugar yourself, and it doesn't dissolve all the way because it's cold. It's cold tea. But that's okay. Oh, it looks hotter. Feels hotter. I can see the steam, feel the steam. So now, take my tea bag and I stick it in and I submerge it. And it goes down. Come and show you guys. See? Well, you can't see that well because I don't want to spill it all out. The tea bag is getting in there. It's changing color. It's smelling lemony. Oh, it's dissolving fast, which means I had nice hot water. Let me show you guys. Oop. See, already turning brown, already letting the tea sink into that hot water. Set you back up. Ooh, a little wobbly. So now I have to let this sit for a little bit to make sure it gets all nice and dissolved. And you know, I'm putting it down in there to make sure it doesn't just stay at the top. Our water is warming up. Oh, I see what the problem was. I was turning it low instead of high. Whoopsies. This is why you pay attention, kids. So we're still waiting to put this in. But you can add fancy fixins to your tea. Let me move this. You can add lemons, and I'm gonna add lemons to my lemon tea. If you go to a restaurant, sometimes they'll have like the lemon wedges in there or on the little cup. You can also add oranges. If you want a little orangey zest, a little taste. Watch me juggle. I can't juggle. You can also add limes. Don't got any limes because I forgot to get them, but it's okay. If you want limes, you can add limes. I'm gonna take my lemon. Let me find a knife. Rinse it off, make sure everything's nice and clean. Wash your hands before this. I washed my hands and put my hair up before I started filming this. That way my hands were clean to cook and touch things and my hair was out of my face. So be careful with knives. If you want fruit, like I'm gonna get some lemon slices and stuff in it, you can ask help from your parent or guardian. So I'm just gonna slice the little ends off. Get me some slices of lemon. Ta-da! And I'm just putting these in my cup of tea. And it adds flavor. Now that my tea is really dark, I can take the tea bag out. Careful, you don't want to spill tea everywhere. But you can take it out and throw it away, set it off to the side. And add this lemon in there. And you can drink this hot. Nice hot lemon tea. Because you can drink tea hot or cold. Because it's fancy like that. Oh, let's turn you all a little bit without dropping my camera. The pot, you see it? It's getting hot. I'm gonna be putting my tea bag in. Trying to dip it. Let me get a spoon to make sure it gets submerged in the water. To flavor the water all nice. And let me bring you guys to the action once again. As I pick you up. And you can see the already brown discoloration happening in the water because the tea is dissolving. Now this, let's move you over, might take a few minutes and that's okay. Gotta watch the string. Ooh, gotta be careful with it. The string is tricky because if you have like a gas stove and you leave the string hanging over and it catches on one of those flames, that's no good. So you want it out of the way, but still able so you can pull the tea bag out when all the tea is getting in. I'm gonna mix it around some. I'm gonna let it seep in a little. Now with my lemon tea, what I'm going to add to it is honey. Got my little honey bear. I'm gonna turn it upside down a little so the honey can soak down. I'm gonna turn the pot down while the tea steeps. And I'm going to add honey, but you can also add other things to your tea. You have sugar, which is what I'll be adding to the sweet tea. But then, you know, there's also the fake sweeteners, no calories. So it's kind of like sugar, but different. Got multiple kinds of those. Sweet and Low, Splenda. Got actual sugar, domino sugar. But if you want to add those, you know, maybe if that's all you have, or if that's what your parent likes, you know, some adults like the no calorie sweeteners. That you can make it with that for them. Just letting it sit. So now my honey's moved all the way down. So I can open it and squeeze it in. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze all kinds of honey into my cup. This is what will make it sweet. Sweet honey tea. Now it's like honey lemon tea. I'm gonna set that back over there. Get my spoon, mix it around. The honey will dissolve with the hot tea. My little lemons. Go back, mix my iced tea some. Ooh, it's getting all nice and brown and frothy. Pressing on my bag to make sure all the tea flavoring comes out. Another way you can make tea is, see here, I warmed up the water in the microwave, you know, and then add the tea bag. Here I warmed up the water and add the tea bag like that. If you have like a teapot, you can warm up the water and put your tea bag in the cup and pour the hot water over the tea bag. And I could have done this here, is I could have poured the hot water over the tea bag, but I'm just gonna make the tea in here. So, my fancy mugs. Sizzling up. Okay, it's nice and brown, so I'm gonna add the sugar. Now the sugar, you just guess, okay? That's what I'm gonna do. You have to be careful though, because you can always add more, but you can't take it away. So you always start with small amounts at every time, because you know, if it's not sweet enough, you can add more. If it's too sweet, you can't take sugar out, it's already dissolved. You can maybe water it down, but then that waters the tea flavor down. It's complicated stuff, guys. So I'm gonna get me a spoon. A nice clean spoon. Got me 2 spoons. And I'm gonna scoop up 1 spoonful. Dump it over. Another spoonful. Dump it over. And then let's get another one. Because this is a little pot. If I was just making like a cup size, like how I made the other tea, I would only maybe add like 1 or 2 spoonfuls, but this is a pot. It's got more in it, so I need a little more. So, we're gonna try 3. Mix it around. Mixy, mix, mix, mix. Gotta be careful though, because the steam coming above it is hot. Very hot. I'm mixing it around, mixing. And then I'm gonna take my other spoon, get a little bit out and taste it. Gotta be careful because it's hot, so I blow on it a little. Don't wanna burn my tongue. I think it needs some more. One spoonful. take my other spoon and mix it. Now, I am making this tea just for me, just for myself. So I can use the same spoon I tasted with earlier. If you're making this for other people, like for a gathering, a party, you know, maybe for dinner, if they're not comfortable sharing, you know, germs with you, you can get a new spoon so you're not using the spoon you already put your mouth on. But this tea's just for me, so I can reuse the same spoon to get me a little spoon out. And blow on it again. You just blow on it gently so you don't like lose all the tea out of the spoon. Perfect. So now what I'm going to do is turn it off. And let me taste my lemon tea. You know, it's still hot, but now it's had a chance to cool down. I'll angle you guys a little so you can see it. Smells like lemons. Give me a little sip. Tastes like lemon tea. Very nice, refreshing, and hot. Okay, I'm gonna grab this, squeeze little things some more to make sure I got all the tea flavoring out. Mix it to make sure I got all the other stuff. Just patting it down, dipping it around, getting all the good flavor out. And then I'll be moving the tea bag into my bowl over here for dirty tea bags. So now some people, you know, just put it in the fridge and cool it. You can add ice, which is probably what I'm gonna do to cool it away right away. So I already used one Christmas cup, might as well use another. I'm gonna put ice in it. Got me a cup full of ice. Now this is hot. I'm going to remove it from the burner. The burner is still hot, still a hot surface. I'm going to clean up a little while it takes a second to cool down. So I'm going to put my dirty dishes away, get my trash. Still got me a nice orange I can snack on. A lemon if I wanted to snack on. You can also use the juice from these. If you don't want to put actual slices in, you can just use the juice and just squeeze it out straight into the tea. I'm gonna start putting some stuff up to make sure we have a nice clean area. Okay. Now, this is where you have to be careful. There will probably be some spillage. If you're making a lot, you can just put a bunch of ice into a pitcher and put the tea in that. You just have to be careful pouring it because it's hot. It could spill, it could get everywhere. And see, I'm putting mine in such a small cup, it might spill a little, but I just gotta hold it steady. And I only spilled a little, got a little droplet going down. See, it did melt some of my eyes because, you know, it's hot. But it's cooled down. I'm gonna give it a little swirl, swirl. I'm gonna taste it. Tastes like sweet tea. It's It's nice and cooled down now. This is really good. And that is iced tea day. It did take a little while, but that is okay. Now I have tea to last me all weekend. When it's nice and hot and I'm relaxing in the summer, I'm drinking my tea. It's gonna be great. So that was today's summer reading program. You guys are participating wonderfully. You can still bring in your bingo cards and get prizes. You can submit photos. You can do anything and everything. Come check out our book and see you soon. Have a good day, guys.